For years, I believed that getting a calm morning meant I had to wake up early before the kids and get everything done before the day started. I tried the Miracle Morning, which if you don't know, is by Hal Elrod, and it's a huge community of people who get up and do the same rhythm of tasks and items such as meditating, journaling, moving your body, reading, all around 5 a.m. I got up before my kids, did all the things in the Miracle Morning. I did it all, but my brain was not there. I could not focus on my reading. I could not stay awake during meditation. I kept forgetting what I was doing and what step I was on because I was so tired. I was basically just going through the motions of getting movement in and doing my workout. And worst of all, I felt shame every single day. I kept thinking, there are thousands of people in the 5 a.m. club. And if I just try harder or commit more, it'll click for me. But it never clicked. The Miracle Morning was not a miracle for Kay. And I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Spoiler alert, what we're going to talk about in this video today is that I don't belong in the 5 a.m. club. And I'm excited to tell you how I figured that out and maybe help you relieve some pressure from having to get up and get it all done before 8 a.m. Hi friends, welcome in or welcome back. I'm Kay, and this is a soft space to land where we are learning how to make small shifts that over time will lead to building a life that we don't have to recover from. I'm so glad you're here. Now let's get into it. So recently, I came across something called the Chronotypes. I watched a podcast with the sleep doctor, and the basic idea is that your body has a natural rhythm. When it wants to sleep, when it wants to wake up, and when your brain is actually ready to function. There are 4 types: the lion, the bear, the wolf, and the dolphin. I took the sleep chronotype quiz, and guess what? I'm a dolphin. According to the results, dolphins are only about 10% of the population. We're light sleepers. We are prone to waking up in the middle of the night. Our brains get more alert in the evening and do more creative work then. We don't wake up instantly in the morning. We need time to assimilate into our day. And that means forcing an early high energy morning isn't just hard for us, but it's actually working against our biology. I wasn't being lazy. I wasn't being undisciplined when I was having trouble staying awake at 5 a.m. I'm just wired differently. I spent years fighting my biology because this is what I thought I had to do to not be behind. But I asked myself, what if calm mornings are not about waking up earlier and waking up at 5 a.m., but what if it's waking up aligned with what my body wants to do? I do recognize my privilege here in that I don't go to a job and I don't have to bring my kids to school or be up and out of the house at a certain time. So I can play around with my mornings more than perhaps you can. But I do think there might be some insight for you into how you can start your mornings and the type of things you get done before you get out the door, even if you're someone who can't stay home all day. But if you are someone who has that time and flexibility, here's what I did. I stopped waking up on time. I started my mornings when I wanted to. For 1 week, I stopped trying to win the mornings. Oftentimes right now, at least one of my children comes into my bed in the middle of the night. If it is my son, we are up for multiple hours. So in the morning, that is my precious sleep time. I stopped rushing. I stopped trying to wake up to an early alarm. I stopped optimizing my time in the morning. I really leaned into a slow, soft morning. I made my coffee, sat on the couch, and drank the entire mug while it was hot. When I sit down, my kids often climb all over me. I let them. We snuggled, we read books, we chatted, we looked outside at all the snow that keeps falling. I didn't check my phone first thing in the morning. I gave my nervous system a soft place to land before the world got a vote in what I had to do. And I want to be honest, this didn't make me more productive in the typical sense of that word. But I stopped starting my day full of shame and self-criticism. I stopped feeling behind before 8 a.m. And something I didn't expect, although I wasn't technically more productive, my energy was more stable throughout the day. There wasn't a huge spike or a crash because I had front loaded my day with all of these things for my brain and for my body. I was in a better place when my husband came home from work. I was steadier. And the most important thing was that mornings started to feel like mine. I stopped feeling like I was doing it wrong, because it can be so guilt-inducing to think there are thousands of people in this miracle morning club. There are thousands of people who wake up and have this perfect quiet time and get their workout in or go on the treadmill or go for a walk before their kids wake up. But guess what? That doesn't fit with my life. And now I know that doesn't fit with my biology. Instead of feeling like I'm doing it wrong, I now feel like I'm doing it right. I'm listening to what my life needs, what my brain needs, what my biology is asking for. Now, to be clear, some people do thrive at 5 a.m. That's why there's so many Miracle Morning members. The lions and the bears, they are built for that. This is very real for them. They need to get up. They need to start their day with something. Even my husband, within 10 to 15 minutes of getting out of bed, he's firing on all cylinders. But that's just not how I work. And that's the important thing to note, is that not everybody is a dolphin. It is only 10% of the population. So I am interested if you have ever taken the sleep chronotype quiz, if you have a guess for what you might be, but also I will link the actual quiz down below in case you're wondering what your natural rhythm might be. My husband was literally shaking his head in disbelief as I read through my results because it fit me to a T. I found permission to finally listen to the way that my body was working. And it turned out it wasn't a discipline problem. It was purely a rhythm problem. I need a slow rhythm in the morning. I need to enter my day softly, to not feel like there's all these heavy expectations on me. And maybe that could work for you too, because fighting your natural rhythm, that costs you more energy than it gives back, getting this to-do list done. And in a season like I am, in my soft season, where my capacity is already too low, the cost is too high. Something had to give, and I am so thankful I came across that podcast talking about how we all have different ways of waking up, because it has changed my life. It has changed my mornings. And next week, I want to talk about something deeper than mornings, because once I stopped fighting my natural rhythm in the mornings, it made me start questioning something that I had believed my whole life about falling behind. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, then hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.